Hey, everybody, welcome to New Dimensions. This is Jason. If you haven't seen me before, I am the owner and operator of the shop here in downtown Brenham, Texas, and I am coming to let you know that there is some information important to the shop coming up. For the month of July, the shop will be closed from July the 7th to July the 13th, and I'll let you know at the end of the video why that is. Just a heads up on the scheduling of being closed for July the 7th. I believe that is a Thursday through July the 13th, which is a Wednesday. That is when we will be closed. And so if you're trying to get here to the shop, we will not be here on those days. We will that week, July the 3rd, continue to meditate on our Sundays at 7. Usually on a holiday weekend, we will not have meditations. But since we are going to be gone the weekend after that, we will continue to have our Sundays at 7 meditation on July the 3rd. That is a guided meditation here at the shop, which I lead. And that guided meditation starts at 7 p.m., which is why it's called Sundays at 7. And that Sundays at 7 is a time for us to sort of meditate and go deep into what it is that's going on with us and the cosmos and how to integrate that. Now, the doors open for that at 6:45 p.m. to come and grab your seat. Next thing on the list that I want to let you know is that we will still be accepting appointments for July the 5th, which is that Tuesday before the shop is closed. And so that Tuesday, July the 5th is going to still be open for appointments. So you may book a session, whether that be a cleanse, which is using Reiki, or whether that's a connect, which is using reconnective healing, or whether that's an integrate session. Those will still be available 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for beginning times. You can book those online at newdimensionscrystals.com. And find a slot that is open. Those should be open. If you have any difficulty booking online, you are also free to call the shop and see if you can get in for that. You would want to call on that Sunday, July the 3rd, in order to get in for that Tuesday. I don't book out really, really close sessions to the next day or day of. So that is July the 5th, Tuesday. We will still be accepting appointments for that. And then we will have our regular hours will be open on July the 6th, usually 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And we will be open for those 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I will not be accepting appointments for after work on Wednesday, July the 6th. So no 6 p.m. Sessions for after the shop closes on that Wednesday. And then I believe we shall still also have the star report that morning. So you can at least have a week of what's the stars doing while Jason is gone and the shop is closed. And so that leads to the last little bit. If you stuck around this long, you might want to know, where's Jason going? Why are they closing the shop? And the shop is going to be closed, like I said, July the 7th to July the 13th. And I will be leaving for a retreat in Alaska. I believe it is in Anchorage, Alaska, or at least that's where the plane is landing. And we will be heading out into the nature areas where we can be on retreat. And the retreat is going to be transformational breathwork. And so if you are just here to get the information about what's going on at the shop, you may do that. I will tell you a little bit about transformational breathwork and what it is that I thought would be beneficial to myself and to those of you who like and come to love here the things that go on at the shop. So yes, transformational breathwork. What is it? It's breathing. It's breathing with intention. It's breathing with ceremony. And then it's also a certain amount of paced breath. Transformational breathwork in particular became important to me when I experienced it when I was down in the jungle of Central America doing plant medicine. And so transformational breathwork is sometimes associated with plant medicine and or ceremonially paired with it because it is such an important skill. important tool. There we go. Important tool for the transformation of consciousness and for the expansion of consciousness and for the release of things that are keeping us from being fully conscious, whether that is belief systems or whether that is advanced trauma. Transformational breathwork can go alongside of plant medicines or even stand alone, which is why I'm going to do it, because I believe it can stand alone. And so the reason that it goes alongside of plant medicine ceremonies is plant medicine ceremonies are usually booked for people who are experiencing dead ends in their life or haven't found relief from any of their trauma or their addictions. And so sometimes ayahuasca specifically as a plant medicine is used to reduce or rid the self of addictions, whether that be substance abuse or behavioral. And so using plant medicine in those kinds of situations, sometimes plant medicine, because of the nature of the person's body, which is partaking of it, may have burnt out or otherwise blocked with the medication needed to either stay off of addiction or stay mentally stable, right? Psychedelic medications that are used to manage extreme depression, bipolar, borderline personality, schizophrenic kind of things will make it hard to have a visionary experience during a plant medicine ceremony. And so plant medicine ceremony will be paired with that. And some people who don't experience the release, the physical release, or even the numinous spiritual experience of the beyond of the ether, of piercing the veil into what the plant medicine can show them, will experience those things during a transformational breathwork session. And so those sessions will release physical manifestations of energy stuck in the body in places. And so you'll feel deep senses of release, sometimes some pain where the stuckness is until you breathe through it. And then sometimes it produces large amounts or an increased amount. I don't know about large amounts. Is there a large amount? Increased amounts of DMT in the brain, which is what causes the psychedelic experience. Many intentional people, intentional pathways to spirituality use breath as an important tool. Meditators, if you've been to our meditation here before, we will breathe in a certain way, which will generate the energy, the psychic energy, the plasmic energy, right? That will help you have a better journey, a deeper journey during meditation. This is slightly more intense and definitely an even deeper, more expansive, releasing kind of energy. But that deep release has been practiced, like I said, by many other paths of spirituality, meditation being one of them, yoga being one. There's like a yogic breathing. I believe Tantra, which I think is a branch of yoga, if I'm not mistaken. But Tantra also does breathing techniques. And then we have things such as the Wim Hof method in people that do the extremities of like ice baths and breathing to maintain their physical form through intense physical experiences, whether that be extreme cold, extreme heat. It's basically regulating the body and the stress levels so that the body can maintain a center, a point of reference. And so that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm going there to learn transformational breathwork and also to experience it firsthand again with some friends that I met down while I was doing plant medicine in the jungles of Central America. And so they will be, what will they be doing? They will be guiding, they will be putting on, they will be the facilitators of this retreat in Anchorage, Alaska. And so the main thing that I think is just a good tool for is integration. A lot of times after a spiritual experience or an awakening, people will have a difficulty in integrating that experience into their regular life, whether that regular life proceeds as normal or in the same vein that it was before the spiritual experience. It definitely causes the relationship of things in those to change, whether that be an experience of extreme spirituality or release of things that were keeping you connected to people that no longer give you increased value in your life, integrating that is sometimes a difficulty. And so a lot of times we are looking for tools that will help us integrate those experiences into a regular practice, a regular idea of understanding ourselves, and so that we can relate and create a situation where we can live a life based on our spiritual experience, the numinous things that have gone on during ceremony, and that we can find some kind of solace in that while we go about our daily lives. And so I think that the transformational breathwork will help with that. Integration, you can integrate from any number of things, but integration is, I believe, at the core of prolonged or lasting healing and prolonged and lasting centeredness. So what are we going to do with that here at the shop? Why would I go do that? Hey, Jason's got another certification. He's got a lot of certifications he doesn't teach or doesn't offer as a service at the shop already. Why would he get this one? So I think at the shop, we are going to eventually integrate what I'm learning here into a couple of things. And so it is a certification process. This is the beginning of it. It'll be several weeks after that before the certification happens, which is not to say that I'm not professional enough in the metaphysical world to start to take clients in that fashion, but just a heads up to figure out how to add that to the services that are here at the shop. They would come in probably 2 ways, maybe 3 ways. I don't know the third way yet, but I have at least 2, and I don't want to limit myself because the universe is limitless. And so the first way would be to have one-on-one transformational breathwork sessions, and those would occur probably in the same place and in the same vein as our regular energy work sessions, but just with transformational breathwork. Then those transformational breathwork sessions can be booked probably at the same rate as everything else too. In our regular time where the calendar's open and you can book those sessions. And then the second way would probably be to add a transformational breathwork for groups where it can be more ceremonial and even deeper than our regular meditations. Now, those would probably be a service that were a paid service, so that you would sign up probably on a regular basis, maybe per class basis, and sort of get a group of people that probably come with an intention and with specific things that we're trying to release or activate or expand into for those sessions. And we would probably have those, be about an hour and a half, as I'm guessing right now. Of course, all this can change if I get different information about how these sessions are typically gone or are typically performed based on the certification process. But definitely it's going to be something that's integrated into the life of the shop here at New Dimensions Crystals and Reiki. So I think those are just sort of the basics of what's going on here at the shop. So if you're still listening, thanks for paying attention and letting me ramble about what I believe breathwork is going to be and how it's going to benefit the shop and how it's going to benefit those that have found nice things to do and to participate here in the shop and have found what we do here spiritually beneficial, and that have recommended sessions and the like to their friends. And with that, I think we can go ahead and call this video done, and we can let you go about your day. I appreciate all of you that have been a part of New Dimensions Crystals and Reiki, and particularly my wife Ashley and my daughter Abigail, who make it possible for me to be here at the shop here and serve the public by taking care of the home fires and then also developing themselves. Eventually coming pretty soon with services of their own. I don't know about, we can't do child labor and have Abigail doing services, but Ashley will be doing things of her own. Look for those announcements, but this is probably the quickest thing that is coming to the shop since it will be closed. I think that's almost 2.5 weeks from now. July the 7th through the 13th, in case you just caught the very end of this. And we will be back when we are back. And I thank you for listening to this. Until next time, I'm wishing you all many blessings. Ooh. And in